So today we're going to keep learning about slope. So let's go back over what we learned this whole 6 weeks. And y equals mx plus b. The m is the rate. Write that down. And yesterday we learned that the rate is also known as the slope. So all we did yesterday is we learned that rate can also be called slope. And we talked about slope on a graph yesterday, yes? And how did we find the slope on the graph? What was the formula? Rise over run. Very, very good. Today we're not going to have a graph. Today we're going to have ordered pairs. Today we're going to have ordered pairs. So do y'all see these ordered pairs? Okay, so it's not a graph today. So yesterday we had a graph like this. Yes? And there was like 2 dots on the graph like this. And there was a line. And we learned that to find the slope we had to do what? Come on guys, what did we do yesterday? Rise over run. And so we had these 2 dots. And we had to rise up and run, and that was our fraction. Today, we're not going to have a graph with 2 dots. Today, we're going to have ordered pairs. So what is this ordered pair right here? 0, 0. And this ordered pair is 2, because on the x-axis it's 2. Are y'all with me? And on the y-axis it's what? 3. So today, instead of having it on a graph, you're going to have ordered pairs. So you can't rise and you can't run because you don't have this picture. But what I want y'all to understand is the rise right here, let me do it in red, is the change in y's. So everybody look, this y is 0. What's this y? I don't have everybody paying attention. Everybody's sitting up and paying attention. Do y'all agree the rise is the change in y? So I have a 0 and a 3. What's the difference of 0 and 3? What's 3 minus 0? 3. That's my rise. Does everybody see that was the rise? 1, 2, 3? Yes or no? And what was the run here from here to here? 2. That's your change in the x value. So everybody look at the x values. I circled them. What's 2 minus 0? Was that the run? Yes or no? So when you don't have a graph, you can't do rise over run. But you can do the change in y's over the change in x's. That is what this formula is. It's the change in y's. Write that right here. Change in y's over the what? The change in your x's. Please write this down like I've asked you to. This is the rise, the change in y's. This is the run, the change in x's. So all you have to do is subtract the y's and put it on top, subtract the x's and put them on bottom. But your calculator will actually do this all in one step. So that's what I'm going to teach y'all how to do because it's very easy. All right, does everybody see the formula? It says take your second y and subtract your first y and put it over your second x and subtract your first x. So let's go label this and see how this works. Everybody knows a coordinate is x, y, yes? Yes or no? We learned this last week. All right, look at the first example. So what is this, an x or a y? What is this? All right, label it. We're going to call this our first, our ones, because they're written first. Are y'all good? All right, for this ordered pair, what is this? It's an x. What is this? And we're going to call this our second pair because they came second. So all you're going to do is subtract your y's and put them on top, and subtract your x's and put them on bottom. But there's negatives involved, so you have to be careful. The formula says take y2 and subtract y1. Does everybody see the formula right here? All right, what is y2? We labeled it. What is it? 4. And it says minus, now everybody look, what is y1? Negative 2. And you must write minus negative. All right, over, look at the formula. And now we're going to do our x2 subtract our x1. All right, what did we label x2? 1. Subtract, what is x1? 0. Now, this right here, you can put in your calculator all at the same time. You can go to your fraction. Yep, go to alpha y equals. This is super easy, guys, once you figure it out. Everybody go to alpha y equals. Option 1. At the top, you're going to put in 4 minus negative 2. I should see everybody typing in their calculator. Over 1 minus 0. And that's your slope. What do we get? All right, so our slope is 6. It's that simple. Now, there is a strategy you can use to help you get organized, and it's by making boxes that look like this. So a lot of us are going to need to learn this, so let's go do that. What's the first thing you have to do? What did we do over here? We labeled them. So you must label. So what is this? An X. What is this? A Y. I don't see everybody labeling. Since these came first, we call them our ones. All right, what is this? X. What's the 3? And since they came second, what are we going to call them? Our 2's. Now, a lot of people will miss all this because they think that this negative is the subtraction sign. So to help you fix that, we're going to set up boxes. Box minus box over box minus box. All I did was draw this picture. So everybody draw it. In this box, the formula says we're going to put what? Y2. And this box, what does the formula say we're going to put? Y1. And then down at the bottom, what's going to go in this box? X2. And what's going to go in this box? X1. So notice how this will help you kind of get organized. Now you're just going to kind of drop your numbers that you labeled. All right, what did I label? Y2? 3. What did I label Y1? 6. Bless you. What did I label X2?
5.
Good. And X1? Now, these boxes help you because of this minus and that negative. I never want you to think they're the same thing. So now we just go stick it in our calculator. So everybody go to alpha y equals. You can get a fraction because fractions rise over run, right?
Do you turn it into a decimal after that?
No, we love slope in fraction form because of the rise and the run. But you can if you need to. So 3 minus 6 over what? 5 minus negative 4. So the rise is 1 and the run is what? Yeah, it's negative 1 over 3. What do y'all think? Easy? It's easy if you label. So I'm going to let you do this one on your own, and I want you to label first, then make your boxes. A lot of us need those boxes, and drop your numbers. Do it on your own. So you should go like this, and go label those. You cannot do it without labeling. I should see everybody doing it. Go label X1, Y1. You gotta go label, let's go. X1. everybody has to label today. You don't get to skip that step. The first number is an X, the second number is a Y. Always. Guys, I'm seeing some people all make the same mistake. When they're labeling, they're going like this. X, X. That is very wrong. In an ordered pair, it's always what? X, Y. So this is X1, Y1, X2, Y2. The X's will never go together. It's always an X and a Y. Make sure you label correctly. Did everybody get 6? That's your slope. What if I wanted to rise over run, though? It's a whole number. You just stick it over 1, so the rise is 6 and the run is 1. Because 6 divided by 1 is still 6, right? All right, try the last one on your own. Make sure you label. The biggest part is labeling. No, these are all ones. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Why did you drop the number yet? I'll go label. X and Y. And they're both ones. Yep. And then X2, Y2. Check it with mine once you get your answer. Is that what we got? If you're still working, keep finishing it. The rest of you may open the Google Classroom to the assignment. You're going to notice on your answer document that I wrote the coordinates for you. So while y'all are logging in, everybody look, I wrote the coordinates for you. So what do you think I expect to see on these? Labels. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Everybody good? All right, go ahead and log in.